once or twice a year, Republican members of the Senate and Democratic members of the Senate take time off for what we call retreats. The Republican retreat was today. We held it in the Library of Congress, just across the campus from the U.S. Capitol. And the purposes of retreats are to discuss and analyze recent elections and to gather some consensus among members of the Democratic Party and or the Republican Party of what programs they should pursue in the coming year, or if this is in the middle of the year, till the end of the year. Retreats are pretty much for Republicans to talk family business, Democrats to talk family business. Our retreat started at 8:30 this morning and went till about 4 o'clock this afternoon. And it had economists speaking, it had pollsters speaking, it had members of the Senate make presentations, and there were questions and answers. Most of the discussion today was about the economic situation in the United States and what Republican approaches there should be to it. And obviously there doesn't seem to be a lot of dispute among either Republicans or Democrats that there ought to be some such of a stimulus package because the economy is in recession. The size of it is somewhat in dispute. The extent to which it ought to be appropriations versus tax policy is some differences of opinion. For instance, for those of us on the Republican caucus, we feel pretty much 100% that a large part of the stimulus package ought to be changes in tax policy that encourage investment, because it's only through investment in the private sector that you create jobs that are long-term. Now, that's not meant to detract from the fact that we have high unemployment today, and some parts of the spending program can be used for creating jobs right now. But also, you have to deal with some people want to spend money by just giving it to the states. For me and a lot of other Republicans, this raises the question, to what extent is that stimulus? Now, highway projects that aren't going to be built because Iowa doesn't have enough money and we put more money into building highways, then that's infrastructure. And that would create jobs immediately and would have a long-lasting impact on transportation in Iowa. So there's a lot of other things that are I could discuss with you, but there's two goals. One is, since Republicans are in the minority, we have a responsibility to let the people know that we have our ideas, and we should have responsible alternatives to what the majority has. And then there's opportunities for us to cooperate, and in those particular instances, cooperate in a bipartisan way. But for Republicans, that probably means trying to move Democrats from the extreme left wing of their party more to the center. And then you get down to a lot of my constituents who are more conservative feel that Republicans should always oppose anything the Democrats want. That can be done, but obviously with numbers of 58 to 42 at best, we will never win those battles. And so consequently, we try to influence where we can. We need to stand by some basic principles. We will stand by those principles, not compromise those principles, but within those principles, we will try to work in a bipartisan way.